Hey guys, this is Mike and this is the video tutorial for our Power Par F615. This is in appearance identical to our Power Par Q610, except you can see it's labeled right here, Power Par F615 DMX. This is a 5-color battery operated wirelessly controlled light. So each bulb, we'll call this a bulb for simplicity's sake, has 5 LED chips inside, red, green, blue, amber, and white. Each chip at maximum can output 3 watts of power, so that makes the total bulb, each bulb is 15 watts per bulb. Compare that to our Power Par Q610, which has either red, green, blue, and amber, or red, green, blue, and white. It's only a 4-color bulb, and they're 2.4 watts per bulb, so it's 10 watts coming out per bulb. So you get a little more power out of the F615. And just going on the model number here, just to explain the difference again on the units. Power Par F stands for 5, and the other unit, the Power Par Q610, Q stands for quad or 4. And the 6 means it has 6 bulbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 15 refers to the wattage. So, going over the features of the light, just like our other unit, there's power in, power out, DMX in, DMX out, your 4-button LCD push-button display to control the light, and here's the labeling of the buttons. Our power on and off switch for the light, our indicator, charge indicator LED, which shows you when the light is being charged or fully charged. Blue would mean the light is being charged. Green means it's fully charged up. There's our removable antenna for the wireless DMX, which is built in. And up at the top here, this is the switch to turn on or off the built-in wireless DMX. This is your LED indicator, which lets you know what channel you're on or what color. We're on red right now, and it's starting to blink green because I have a DMX signal being transmitted currently from a computer controller. And this is the button to select the different frequencies of the light. So let's go over the operation of the light itself. We'll turn the DMX off for now, and we'll put this into master mode, so just so we can show you the functions of the light. In standalone mode, we're in master mode right now. So first off, we're going to press the first item on our menu, which is ADDR. That's our address. Hit enter, and it will say A and 3 digits. I have it set to DMX starting address 83. Using the up or down arrow buttons, you can change the DMX address. And let me just zoom in a little bit here so you can see that LCD display a little bit better. Using the up or down arrow buttons, as I said, you can change your address. Once you get the address you want, or in any other menu item, any other setting that you set, hit enter, enter 2 times quickly. Wait 15 seconds, and then the light will store that setting. If you don't wait 15 seconds and try to do something or change to something else, it won't save the setting. If you don't want to wait 15 seconds, you're in a rush, simply turn the power off and on again, and the light will save the setting and come back into whatever mode it was previously in, which in this case right now it's in sound active mode. So let's go back to the menu items. We've covered address, press menu again. The next item you see is CHND, and that stands for your channel mode. Now in this fixture you have a 3-channel mode, a 5-channel mode, and a 12-channel mode. 3-channel mode basically gives you channel 1 is dimmer, channel 2 is strobe, and channel 3 a whole bunch of built-in macros for colors and fades and auto jumps. 5-channel mode gives you direct control of each color. You have a channel for red, for green, for blue, for amber, and for white. And finally, 12-channel mode gives you a dimmer, it gives you strobe, it gives you individual control of all the colors, it gives you control of the built-in macros for auto jump and for fade, and the speed to control the auto jump and the fade. Also sound active mode triggering through DMX. So that's the channel modes. Let's back out of this. Anytime you hit menu, it's going to take you to the previous item you were on. So if we're inside a sub-menu like CHND, which is the channels, I hit enter, I'm on 12 channel mode. If I want to back up and go to the upper sub-menu of CHND, I hit menu. Now we're back. Now I press the up arrow button and advance to the next item, which is SLND. SLND is what mode you're in, either master mode, where the light is in standalone mode the way we are right now, or slave mode. Slave mode is if you're controlling via DMX or using it linked up to another light. You want one light to be the master and this unit to be the slave and do whatever the master does, so they're synced up together. All right, let's back out of that. The next menu item is SHND. SHND has a couple of sub-menus, and we'll show you those right now. Let's hit enter. First sub-menu is sound. So if I hit enter, enter, turn it off and on again to save the setting. We are now in sound active mode, and as I tap the light and the microphone that's built inside the text sound, it changes the light. Now let's change out of that and go to the next item. We have to, because we turn the light on and off again, we have to go back to SHND, hit enter, there's sound. Use the up arrow button. The next item is auto. Hit enter. Now it says SP8, that's the speed. So let's go down to, say, 4. Now, auto mode means it's going to jump from color to color without a fade in between. It's just going to snap, jump to a color, snap, jump to a color. And the speed determines how fast those color jumps take place. So there's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you can control your speed. Now let's go back down a bit. Now, I want to back out of this. Hit the menu button. I'm back to auto. Using the up or down arrow button keys, let's advance to the next sub-menu in SHND, which is fade. Hit enter. And fade, just like auto, the speed menu comes up when you hit enter on fade, because it's just doing its fade. You don't have to do anything other than turn fade on and off. And then I'm using my down arrow button right now, and I'm slowing down the fades. There's 3, 2, 1, which you probably won't see anything for a while because it's a slow fade, and then back to 8, where you see the lights are fading very quickly between colors. Now let's back out of that menu item again by hitting the menu button. We're on fade. Hit the up arrow button to advance, and you're in color. Hit enter. Color are preset colors. We'll start off with color 1, which is red. 2 is green, 3 is blue, 4 is amber, 5 is white, and then after 5, the colors start to be mixed, and there are custom colors like yellows and pinks and purples, all the way up to color 31. Once you finish at 31 and you hit the up arrow button, the next item you're going to see is NANU. Now this is a user definable color. You can set your own custom color manually if you haven't got a DMX controller, and say a bride gives you a swatch of clothing and says match this color. Well, you hit enter. First item you'll see in the submenu is R255. That means red, and this is the brightness. Now the color, the brightness scale goes from 0, which is off, all the way up to 255, which is the brightest. The red is at the brightest right now. If I were to use the up or down arrow buttons, like you can see right now, it's at 255, it's the brightest, and I'm going to hit up once, and you see the light just got dimmer. That's because I just turned off the red LEDs. Let's turn those back on, and then once I'm done, I hit enter so it stops flashing. Now it's saved. If I hit the up arrow button, it advances to the next color, which is green. Hit up again, the next color, which is blue, and again, if I want to go in and change the setting, hit enter while I'm on it. When it's flashing and I use the up or down arrow buttons, I can change the brightness of that particular color LED. If the blue is amber, if the amber is white, even though it says U, it's actually W, there's just not enough room for the digits, and then we're back to red. Let's hit the menu button, back out of NANU. Now remember, NANU is a sub-menu inside the color menu, so let's hit menu again to back out of that. We're on color, and now hitting the advance or the up arrow button brings us back to sound. So we've made a full circle through all the sub-menus in SHND. We want to back up to SHND, hit the menu item again, and there we are, SHND. And now let's hit the forward button. Now our next item here is NADL. Hit enter. NADL is the master dimmer for all the LEDs. So you'll see it says D255. That means the dimmer is set at the brightest setting. If I were to go up from 255, the next level up is 0. It's off. So the light turns off. So if you ever mistakenly hit some buttons and all of a sudden your light is on, you see a display, but you got no LED output no matter what you do, check your master dimmer because you might have your LEDs turned off. Let's turn those back on by hitting the down button one time, hitting enter, enter. Alright, Now let's back out of this by hitting our menu button. We're back to NADL. Hit the advanced button or the up button again. Now you see BATT. This stands for battery. This is a useful function. If you hit enter, you'll see that I have 76% charge left on this battery. Now this is useful if, say, you're doing weddings, you're doing mitzvahs, whatever it is. You have a bunch of events during the weekend. You did a day party, you pack up, you fly to the next gig and set up on your next gig, and you haven't had a chance to charge your lights. You're wondering if this thing is going to die in the middle of the party. We can go around and check your battery status on each light to see how much charge you have left and know whether or not you need to swap out with another unit or throw this onto a plug into the wall so that you can keep it going. Let's back out of that. Battery. Now the next item, if I press the up arrow button, is test. Test is going to do that exactly. It's going to test the LEDs to make sure they're all working, all the colors are working. It'll cycle between the colors red, green, blue, amber, white, and then all LEDs on at the same time, and then start back at the beginning of red. And it'll just keep doing that until you turn test off. Let's back out of that again by hitting the menu button and then using the up arrow button to go to the next item, which is V12. That's version 12. That just refers to the version of software that we're on. Nothing for the user to really be concerned about. There's nothing you can do with it. It just lets you know what software version this unit is currently up to. And then hitting the up arrow button again brings us back to ADDR. So we've gone through all the menu and submenu items on the actual control panel. Now I'm going to set this into slave mode. Here we go. Enter, enter. I'm going to turn it off and on again, because now I'm going to show you a little bit about how to control these with DMX. Now, the reason I put it in slave mode, if you have a wireless DMX transmitter or even a hardware control board that's sending a DMX signal into the light and you're in master mode, well, the light will be controlled while it's getting a signal. I have here one of our wireless DMX sticks. You can see that it's flashing red, which means it's sending out a signal. I have this set to the red channel, which is the first channel. Now what happens with many lights, all various brands and makes, you're controlling the light, everything's working great. For some reason your controller gets turned off for a second, somebody trips over a cord, pulls it out, you reset something on the board and the DMX turns off momentarily. The light has lost the signal. Now if the light is not getting a DMX signal and it's in master mode, what it will do is revert back to its standalone state and become a master itself. Now the transmitter that's built inside the receiver, instead of being a receiver, becomes a transmitter, because this light thinks it's the master and it's going to be controlling slave units. So it's going to start outputting whatever standalone mode it's in. If it's in sound active mode, it's going to start outputting a master signal for sound active mode, which could start messing up all your other lights. So say you're in the middle of a wedding, it's candle lighting time, you lose signal, and instead of the lights being one color or being dim, they start flashing and doing all crazy things. Not a good thing to happen. So if you set the light into slave mode, if this unit ever loses its DMX signal, this says par, and if you look right here, there are no LEDs on because it's lost the signal. It's not getting a signal right now because I haven't got the wireless DMX receiver turned on inside the unit. So that's what happens. If you lose signal, the lights will just go dark, which is better than them going crazy depending on what's happening at your event. Now we're going to turn on the DMX. Now before I do that, I just want you to pay attention up here to the little colored LED light. When I flip this switch, it's going to show two colors, and then it's going to be a steady color for about 3 seconds, and then it's going to start flashing green. The reason it's flashing green is because this unit is sending, it's transmitting red. It's transmitting, and the circuit that's in here, the circuit board is the same board in here. These boards are designed that when they detect the signal, they start flashing green, meaning that they're receiving. If it's sending a signal, it'll flash red, just as this is. So here we go. Let's turn the light on, or the DMX power on to the wireless receiver. And there's 1, 2 colors. Now there's our third color. It's on red, and now it's going to start flashing green. There we go, and the lights just popped on. This is now receiving signal from our wireless DMX stick. Now, say we're set up in a room and everything is working good. You start your event, and then halfway through your event, your lights are doing unpredictable things. They're random colors, they're strobing, they're doing things that you're not doing, and you're wondering why. And then you realize that there's a DJ or a band or a lighting guy in the ballroom next to you, and they happen to be controlling their lights wirelessly, and just so happen they happen to buy Lumin lights, brand sticks and transmitters, and they're broadcasting on the same channel that you own. They're both on the red channel. Well, you're not in trouble. What you can simply do is change the color on your transmitter by sticking a little paper clip or a toothpick in it. There's a button inside here, and just pressing that little button until this color changes to green or purple or yellow, white, a different color. There are 7 different selectable frequencies, and each push, the light will stay steady for a second, and then it'll start flashing red to transmit. Once you know you're on a color, set this unit to the same color. So say we were on green. If you press the button one time, the first press will show you what color you're on. So I'm on, I just actually switched it. There we go. I'm on red right now, and now it's flashing green because I'm receiving a signal. If I press it again, there's red, that's what I'm on. Okay, now it's flashing green because I didn't press it again. There's red, next press is green. Okay, now it's going to turn off. Okay, let's do that again. Now I'm going to press the button to change the frequency. I'm on red, and if I press it again, now I'm on yellow. Now I'm on blue, and you see that I'm changing the frequency, but it's not flashing green anymore because it's not receiving a signal yet. So it's going to show whatever channel it's on, so that way I can go to my transmitter and say, okay, my light is on blue, let me change my transmitter to blue, and then once this is on blue, this will start to blink green as soon as it receives a signal. But let's put that back to red now where it was. Oh, I think I just passed it. There we go. We're on red and it's flashing green, and we're back to controlling our light. So there you have it, the tutorial for the Power Par F615 by Lumin Lights. This is Mike from Lumin Lights. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call or visit our website, www.luminlights.com.